I don't know what I'm trying to do. Where the hell is my stream? Here it is. La la la. Mod view, mod view. Bang, bang. Run this shit. What the fuck? This is not... What is this? I opened the wrong tab. I see. My dock is just gonna never load. I guess that could be bad if my... Okay. Is my internet fine? Are we dropping any frames? Apparently not. I don't know. Window to split. Okay. Two fights cooked. The double battle and Shelly. I'll talk more about the Shelly cook once we get to it. Let's just get through the double battle first. Should be fine. Unless I've made a terrible mistake. Like, you're here, you're coming, you're coming, you're coming. Dorkel's probably gonna level up. Yeah, it'll level up on the first death, but we accounted for that. It's fine. Okay. Script, some pre-damage in. Pre-damage 146. Pre-damage 2. This pre-damage doesn't matter actually because we need to pre-toxic conk as well. And nothing else needs pre-damage. So we have to fix up Conk's HP when we get up there. He is not going to be full. Need 2 off the top. You're no item. I didn't write that, but I guess I'll put that in now. No item. Conk also doesn't have an item written in here. Guess he doesn't need citrus. He's not gonna die to blizzard. Unless I'm like really bad at math. There's no doubles glitch. Oh, I actually do have no item written for Conk. Okay, I'm just blind. Okay. That's fine then. Citrus. I think this Asper's troll. Is it? Can this thing ever get hit by a blizzard? No. Freeze dry? No. I think I just put this on because I was like, we don't actually need an item, so may as well do that. This Asper is not troll. We do need this one. Yeah, 59. So yeah, this will level up when we get our first kill, but we take health chip anyway, so we're going to bait kill regardless. We should, if my math is correct, gain 1 HP from leveling, as in heal 1 HP. Maybe we don't actually, maybe we actually get flat. We get pre-damage by like 1 extra HP, I guess. When we hit 60, we go to 162. So pre-damage by like 2 extra HP then? Let me just check that doesn't bait something stupid. It baits blizzard rolls? Wait, even 40, what the oh, hold on, wrong one. Okay, 42 is too low. Wait, hold on. Oh, we're at 46 at the moment. So 44. Yeah, we can pre-damage to 44. Okay. Could also just level it, I guess, but I'm greeding the XP a little bit. Go upstairs, heal this to full, then tick down twice, then go into battle. No item, citrus, asper, no item. Conk does not need an item to do any of these kills here when it's toxic, because these guys are just super weak. It will get us 2 hammer arm kills. Alright. Oh lord, the hell did I just click? Okay, I think we're good to go. Let's check what this Discord notification is. Okay, let's actually run this shit then, I guess. Slots are fine because we have no, like... Yeah, they just have 2 Pokemon each, so we don't have to bait out the back. Our Protectmon shouldn't cause any issues with spread moves. Okay. Everything should be fine. Allegedly. We are not panicking. Yeah, absolutely am. Ninetales and Sea kill every turn, except for the flinch it. Alright, let's just end this shit. If I fucked up this battle, I don't care at this point. You just gotta send some shit. Yeah, we got hail, cool. We protect, we're baiting kills. Not blizzard though, so Conk will not take a blizzard this turn. It may take one next turn. Hammer arm into this. Yeah, that was always Bulk Beak. That could have been Moonblast or Freeze Dry. Yep, that evolves, cool. Pick up Chip. So let's see, Torkoal should be at 39 if I've done all my math right. 37? Fuck it, who cares? That actually checks out with what I did before. It doesn't matter, it's baiting full random move from both. So we can take Blizzard, 195, that is correct. Cool. So the mon that's going to take all these random ass moves is Empoleon. And Conk is just hammer arm killing this. Could use superpower as well, it wouldn't make a difference, but we'll just go for hammer arm. Should be fine. Okay, nice. Free miss. Big damage. So Conk's undamaged by that, takes a toxic though, 156, yeah. And 156, if I just check calc, we should now be showing, yeah, all killing rolls of Moonblast to this Ninetales. Empoleon, even if it got max roll hit by everything, it would not be showing killing rolls. It could die to like, if it got crit by everything last turn, it could die to crit here, but it would never be targeted. So, the Empoleon slot is free to do whatever. It needs to hold Citrus. Yeah, Empoleon couldn't be burnt in order to get this to work, so it can't... Essentially, it could be frozen right now, so we just played around that by switching out. So we just get Hitmonlee in for free. and this is baiting. If this got hit by Blizzard, it could be baiting either Moonblast or Freeze Dry, but Aggron takes both, and it has a Asper in case it got frozen. But this is just Moonblast, so it's fine. Moonblast into Aggron, cool. These guys get chipped. Now we fake out. Did I account for Hail Chip with the... I still don't think there's a world where Aggron ever baits anything, is there? Let's see, Aggron could take 51, lost 12. It's like 65-ish, let's round up, so 35. I still don't think Liepard sees anything, yeah, no, okay, it's fine. Yeah, fake this out because we're not guaranteed baiting anything anymore. Maybe Hitmonlee's baiting some shit, whatever. We've got fake out. And we just kill with Heavy Slam, which will do a shit ton, because this thing is quad weak to steal. Oh. No move for you. Yeah. Make some more Hail Chip. Now this Leopard has fake out, but it's just seeing it that it fast kills Hitmonlee with Psycho Cut. So we're just gonna immune tank that, and we kill with Body Press. Easy. I was gonna use Swampert to bait originally, but then I realized Swampert could get like Blizzard early from the first guy, Octa, whichever, what was the lead? Yeah, the Octazort was annoying because it was actually better to bait Bolt Peak turn 1, and then, you know, Swampert's a ground type, so can't do that. We also re-damaged Torkoal such that we assumed Bolt Peak didn't see boosted damage someone, because I still don't exactly know how that move works, so we just didn't take anything on faith and just assumed it wasn't boosted, or was seeing unboosted and pre-damage for that, which still worked out fine. Because actually kind of need to be that low anyway to get Ninetales, because you know this resisted both of Ninetales moves. But luckily, because Blizzard's spread move, it was doing less damage, so everything worked out. Okay, now let's go here real quick. Record those frags, that was just 2 for Conk, 2 for Aggron. Aggron's 27. Okay. Turn off Hail, go to singles, heal up. So Shelly was an interesting experience. See, I had the basic team comp. I'll show the iterations even. So I was like Mask lead. There's either Mask or Donphan lead on this Mienshao. Mask is less reliable but more sackable. Donphan can always win this matchup. Donphan or Torkoal can both win this matchup risklessly, but then we have to risk shit with the Nihilego because we're going to use Excadrill, and there's the whole thing everyone talks about on Discord, basically the fact that if you're doing Excadrill versus Nihilego, you have to manage your HP carefully such that you don't bait Outrage from this, because the idea is like, don't get Outrage so that you can go into your next I guess this is if you're doing like Excadrill to Kingdra strats. You need to be very careful with your HP. But yeah, so we'll put Donphan away for now, because I was pretty certain it was like Mask, Excadrill. As I said, we're going into Kingdra next. Deal with Dragonite. Tornadus, the original thing was you go Magnezone to take Acro, bait Heat Wave, then Arcanine can kill Tornadus. And then back to Lantern, you go back to Excadrill and Blastoise. Blastoise is a pain. We have to use Eldegoss, which, okay, Blastoise here. to use Eldegoss and Grass Gem, and I have scaled this speed already in the calc, but Eldegoss was actually like 16, I believe. That was actually even less, 14? Yeah, it was 14. So Eldegoss did not outspeed after one cotton down drop, so we're spending a scale this fight to fix that. I'm hoping this will have some use in the future, but it's like, you know, Eldegoss getting the -1 drop into things, it could come up again. I don't know how common the speed tier is. What if this is like 80 speed? I mean, yeah, it will help us outspeed 80 speed neutral. What about like 75 speed timid? Yeah, this gets us ahead of 75 timid as well. So there's some things this might work with. I definitely could see the scale not being a complete waste, but I'm kind of going blind on that. Okay, so this is the basic layout of the initial plan. But there's a few things that kind of whack. So Arcanine can't use the Citrus against this because once this loses Gem, because we don't have enough defense, if we like max def 31 neutral, we wouldn't bait knockoff and could get Grass Knot and use the Citrus. But we do potentially bait knockoff, which means Citrus doesn't help us, which means we can bait Thunder moves from this. And we could pivot through Kingdra to confirm, but we could just lose Kingdra. Also this could Volt Switch. So basically this answer to Tornadus was kind of bad. But I eventually found something fun with Aggron and Scooter actually do this. So okay, that was the next iteration. Then the next part of the story was the Mienshao Nihilego. So this strat here was kind of what I decided on, but it's essentially sacking Mask to get Excadrill in on Nihilego. So sack Mask to Meteor Beam, because we just cannot tank Meteor Beam on Excadrill. But I was looking into it and I was like, okay, if we do Torkoal, we could actually do Protect strats. Protect on the Meteor Beam, and then switch in on Power Gem or Sludge Bomb, Sludge Wave Fitty Fitty. And there's some stuff we can do there where we risk the fight a little bit, but we could potentially get out Deathless. But our Excadrill needs a scale investment to do that, at least one minimum. It would need either HP scale to take double non-crit Power Gem. If it gets crit once, we kind of lose. But they could also like come in on Sludge Wave or Stealth Rock could be used. So I think it's like 1 in 150 odds, something like that, to be fine. It's not great. It's, you know, essentially a fair bit worse than just risking like a double crit. But then there's also options to like this HP scale from 16 to 31 look kind of ass. So there's another option where I scale Attack and Spadef, which kind of look like good scales. I kind of like the looks of this investment. I just don't like spending 3 scales on this fight, because we've got like 9 from now until end of Tantalizer. So I was like, that looks kind of ass. So eventually I decided I would attacking Mask. But the last iteration, the last problem with this fight, is the whole backline is riskless. But minus maybe having sack Kingdra on like some really fraud circumstances, but I think it still gets out like no chance of wipe. But we do have wipe chance because our Mask cannot take 2 hits from Mienshao reliably. Also, we don't do enough. We'd have to come in on CC and not fake out, so we'd have to like lead Excar, switch into Mask. We take CC and fake out on Mask. Sorry, it's not CC fake out. CC knockoff. 99.6. this comes out to a 1 in 300 chance to die. So it's a bit better than double crit. Essentially for like double crit min rolls we still live, but a lot of double crits we just lose. The vast majority of double crits, sorry, we just lose. And that is an acceptable-ish level of risk. Like, this is what I was just gonna send. It's just risk the... Once we get past the turn 1, we're good. But then I found something while I was like out and about, away from the computer. I thought of something that makes this actually riskless. Though we do have to invest your Broker Berry. So I'm just gonna beat this game real quick. I'm gonna narrate my whole story. So this is gonna be Mass last fight. And I was like, it's gonna be frauding out on me and Shao, basically just like it did on Meteor Falls Gauntlet. But then while I was thinking about Meteor Falls Gauntlet and, you know, Mask fraud, I was like, wait, Mask did not do this alone on Meteor Falls Gauntlet. It had a partner in crime, but it was frauding on Mian Shao's. That's Eldegoss. Eldegoss had to like get a speed drop on Stone Edge, which is like completely terrible, a dog shit plan, but I just had to send something for my sanity. But we don't have to fraud on a Stone Edge with this. This Mian Shao's dropped stone coverage for fake out. And that fake out is a big opportunity to get like the freest cotton down proc of our life. So then our Masquerade will outspeed. We come in on CC. Okay, there's still the problem that this has Sash. Right, so even if we're faster, we still have to like, we can't, this thing doesn't learn dual wing beat, and even if it did, we don't kill with it. So, okay, this thing gets a drop from CC. Even after CC drop, we don't kill. Because our attack's low. And again, this thing doesn't actually learn dual wing beat. So we could come in on CC, hit with air slash. This way we would at least always chip it, but we still could just die to the 1 in 300. And then we could probably like come in and revenge it, but we don't have a sack for Nihilego. But if we just put Jaboka on, that will break the sash for us. And this fight becomes riskless. We still might have the rare odds of having to sack King Drop, but that... wait. How do we do King Drop sack? Oh, we'd have to sack to a Tornadus. Yeah, it's pretty ass, but it shouldn't happen, so let's not worry about that. So, this is the final iteration of the fight. That's enough yapping, let's get this shit going in the game. Okay, let's get my notes up. Oh, we're also gonna have to do some shit. Have to do some prep. We're gonna have to go back to a Pokemon Center to do scaling, huh? Nah, we'll just script the scale, that seems legit. Yeah, I should also probably... let's deposit everyone first, but I need to update the calc that... In the calc that our Torkoal is now level 60. Yeah, I'll be honest, losing a Jaboka does kind of... But honestly, just having the peace of mind so I don't have to risk everything right at the start of this fight. It's a pretty good investment of a Jaboka in my eyes. This fish... Oh, Mask. Mask does also need to be leveled up, I believe. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure we don't accidentally get our fucking Route 119 encounter as well, because that would be embarrassing. It's our first time leaving Winstitute in a while. Repel activated. Alright. Oops. Art scales 4, rare candies 4. Is that what my notes say? Yes, excellent. 4 now with 5 more incoming before TNL. Definitely happy to spend a Jaboka over a hard scale, say that much. Especially if there's a harvest, we're quite alright on the berries. If it was only 2, I'd be a little more hesitant. If it was 2 in a row app, I just wouldn't. I think the row apps are more important. Okay, let's do things in order, I guess. I guess arguably we don't have to level up Mask anymore, but we don't have any reason not to, so we just will. Actually, we might need to in case it like misses the speed. I assume it's leveled in the calc. Yeah. Now, I want you to hold Everstone because we can get early CC, which is kind of cool. CC at 60. So our sets liquidation, CC, crunch. I think I just have Aquajet on in the calc. It's probably fine. Oh, I can get a poison jab as well. It's kind of cool. Yeah, we'll keep Aquajet, why not? And I'm distracted once again. Okay. Endless candy. Focus energy Barrascusa. I need a... I guess you could run... Okay, I think focus energy is probably trolling. Yeah, I'm pretty sure focus energy is trolling. We got the skeezy. Yeah, it's our first thing done. Level up and evolve Barrascuda. Scale Eldegoss speed. Beautiful minus speed Eldegoss. Now look, I cannot complain. This mon is our go. We're going to invest a little bit in our go, so be it. Speed. Our Goss is now fast as hell. Woo! Last investment. I hope I still have the Smart Strike TM. I don't think I used it early on. Cool. We need this to do a little bit of chip in this fight. Ow. So goodbye Head Smash. I hope I don't need this at some point in the future. If I did, well, it's gone. Export. Let's get rid of baby fish from our calcs. No longer exists. Let's fix Corviknights on Nerve. Yeah, we have just evolved our fish. The first thing we're going to do is freeze it. Where is my shit? Oh, yeah, we have to use Cross Gem this fight too. Not great, but such is life. Booker. Special skill speed. Okay, let us go destroy Shelly. Only if our Eldegoss wasn't already doing God's work this fight, killing Blastoise, now gets to get in on the end shout too. Our undisputed goat is working overtime. To make sure I have any chance of beating this game. This is going to be our first planned sack of the run as well. We've had a few times where we've like brought Octillery to kill it as worst case. We had CRR where like there was ideas of mons to sack in certain situations, but like we've never gone into a fight so far with like a mon having no outs. But this Masquerain, this beautiful, beautiful Masquerain is going to do God's work for us here. One last fight. One last kill. Oh, I was actually going to change Eldegoss's stats on my sheet as well. Scaled was originally 14. Whoa, Eldegoss has HP grass now? Crazy. That's gonna come in big handy. Okay, I think we have done everything right, hopefully. Guess there's only one way to find out. Ooh, scared. What's up, Shelly? Yeah, I pretty much already described the whole fight before I've even done it, so I guess it should be pretty snoozle. Just run it through on 10 times speed. Alright. Alright, you know what, never mind, I'm out of here. Kind of flush it in to talk to you. Speed scale, Mocha, soft sands, citrus. Yeah, look at how beautiful. Our guy does not have the bulk, or the attack, or the speed. He has defensive bulk, I guess, but his Spadaf is all rough. If we have to invest in him later, I'm fine with it, but just didn't want to justify it yet. God, this guy is not defensively bulky either, huh? Not HP at least. Alright, let's do this. And then we can put this run on break for a week while I figure out what I want to do for Bridge Rival. Alright, Shelly, Yan Shao, the demon. Cool, it takes me out. Free speed drop. Let's go with the CC, no knockoff shenanigans. I guess knockoff would actually be fine, as it would also proc to oh, we wouldn't kill with that slash. Yeah, yeah, not quite. A better mask would, but whatever. It's gonna collect CC. Our N10 doesn't do anything. It's in a focus. And we break Sash. And we just fast kill us. There we go. Now we say goodbye to Masquerain. There is no escape. We could quick attack. It's not even adding any risk, I don't think, but maybe, because we have to do a couple of rapid spins, so we won't do it. I guess an important thing to note here is this is an Ultra Beast, so it has Beast Boost. We're about to give it a frag, so it is about to raise one of its stats, its highest stat. If its highest stat was speed or special attack, that would be really annoying. But luckily, it's not either of those. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, it is not raising its special attack or its speed. It'll raise one stat that isn't HP, I guess, specifically. But we just watch our mask die horribly here. Yeah, no matter what our mass HP was, it's always clicking Meteor Beam because it has power, it's boosted. And RIP. Now we get to watch this Beast Boost. Spadef. Completely empty stat for us, we do not get, so that is very lucky. Otherwise we would have to do alternate plan, I guess, where we just don't sack and then risk some bullshit. In comes Exca. Properties, we are at 8 deaths. RIP mask. Okay, so we are going to spin to get faster than this thing. This thing is likely going to set up rocks here, but it could attack. Its attack will do very little, but we actually do need to be hit by an attack. So we don't need it to be this turn. Okay, we're on the faster line now. Essentially what I was expecting to happen was this would use rocks, we would get rid of rocks and get faster, then we would spin again to stall, and it would slow use rocks. And then we would spin again to get rid of those rocks and take the attack. So it was either like spin once, twice, or thrice. We just have to wait till we get hit and rocks are down, and then we'd kill this thing. But it didn't use rocks, so we just kill it now. And yep, that's fine. Cool. And because of Mass Valiant Sacrifice, Excadrill is nice and healthy, so we know what the Unite is going to use. The Unite, the Choice Band Demon, does not see Outrage kill, it is clicking either Aqua Tail or Fire Punch. Ideally it doesn't insta-burn us with Fire Punch, but it's kind of fine if it does as well most of the time. Okay, cool. Now we click Dragon Pulse 3 times. We can never be too healthy, so that's fine. Okay, next mon's Tornadus. And as long as we're above 69 HP, which is basically all the time, it will be using Acrobatics. We can go to Aggron. Gem Boosted doesn't do that much. Alright, time for some shenanigans again. We ankle breaking, as always with Aggron. So this thing wants to click Grass Knot, since he's that highest damage. But we're going to reduce that damage a lot by doing this. We can crit kill with either of these, but we do not want to kill it yet. So we need to learn Smart Strike and just do a bit of chip. Boom, cool. Never killed. Now this thing correctly sees that Heat Wave is its best move against us, and even if we got double crit, we would only ever bait Heat Wave. So it is clicking Heat Wave. We send that to the fish. Thor out. And Liquidation with Mystic Water, even without 0 attack, Barrascuda just fast kills this. I am actually faster, right? Surely I checked this. Yeah, I'm faster by 8 points. Easy. Good old skeezy. Okay, so we can kill. Lantern in. We are always just baiting an electric move. So that makes this kill pretty simple. You need soft sands to hit this range because our Escadrille does not have a high attack stat, but we just fast kill. Now, essentially we needed to take one power gem hit to make sure we always bait Surf here. So non-Mega Blastoise always see Surf kill here. We take like 90% min. It's about 0 Spadef. We take 94% min even. So yes, this thing is clicking Surf. No Shell Smash. We send Surf into Eldegoss to get the proc of Cotton down. And we have to use our Grass Gem, which could screw us in the future for Groudon, but that's a future me's problem, because we are getting out of this fight. Riskless Shelly, but with a non-trivial amount of investment. I haven't actually thought of what I was going to name this. Kind of running low on FE2 characters, I feel like. I was going to do FE1, and I remembered I did one of those recently. This guy's name is Gray. Is he an FE2 or is he a FE15 unique? I don't know. I guess your name is Gray. There you go. Okay, we recorded that death already. Guess we can record it in the sheet as well. Yeah, the Riskless line was, the Deathless line was possible, but pretty suspect, so I figured with this attempt I should try to sack more strategically as needed. Mass could be used in Hellroom for its Intimidate, but for Victini, what I did with it last time, it was like a box warmer for most of late game, and then just came out for that sack. So I figured we're just sacking a little earlier. Make our late game a little worse, but again, that's not really my problem. Relaxed is fine unless it fucks its speed or whatever. Bad Spadef. Probably still kills Tangrowth though, maybe. Spadak, sorry. That's what I meant. And how do I get my item? A life orb get. Yes, there's also. Can I control Z in this? Yes. Bridge, I think, says enough. Bridge rival, there we go. Oh, should probably put mask in the death box on. I was thinking about this before earlier. We have 8 dead now. 4 of the people that are dead in here are named after FE7 characters. Oswin, Urk, Ninian, Priscilla. So FE7 seems kind of cursed. Then we have Charlotte from FE14, Fates. Selkov and Chloe are both from Engage, FE17. This is our first Telius death, so FE9, 10. I think Heather's an FE9 as well. I know she's an FE10. Add the Fire Emblem. She is actually not in FE9. Huh, fair enough. I guess last thing to do is record those kills. Masquerade's last frag. Yeah, and Barrascuta's first frag. Oops. Guess technically speaking, none of these are at level cap anymore. I'm just kind of stalling ending the stream now because I'm lazy. Oh yeah, I gotta put this guy in the calc at some point. Okay, let me just go here real quick. Bridge rival double. I wonder if this records the correct bridge rival depending on your style. Assume it does. Penguin's still on the phone. Hasn't got a kill in a while though, but got some kills on 199. Just like none in Winstitute itself. Masquerade has cemented itself at number 11. It will slowly be passed by some of the others down here, like Excadrill. Probably Electrode, Aggron. But not a bad showing from Masquerade, especially considering I didn't evolve it in our Brawly gym, so it didn't get a bunch of free frags like Zato. Still did good work in Flattery. And there was a few times it was going to potentially be sacked. It's a bad luck. Like, we could have lost this in whatchamacallit. Could have lost this to Maxi 1 if we'd gone, depending on whether we'd risked it for Gyarados or not. He was a big player in Meteor Force Gauntlet, but it had the riskiest strat of all time with Eldegoss. So Masquerain did some good work for us. Now it gets the rest. This fight's a nightmare. Very scary. Okay, one game up. I guess I could collect the resources out there. Yeah, it's worth doing. Just be careful. Just don't go up those stairs, basically. I don't think there's anything around here, but just too lazy to pull up the map. I know there's a flying gem down here somewhere. In this grass, I'm pretty sure. There's a weatherball TM as well. Is that down here? Yeah, that's weatherball. Oh, it's Winstitute guy. My favorite tutor. Who are you? What are you, just some guy? There. Another gem down. I don't think I ended up using my grass gem in my other run. I used fire gem on Groudon to deal with Pyro overheat. We don't really have a fast fire user on this run, so I don't know how possible that is currently. There's still slab, depending on what our goalie situation's like. Alright, bridge rival awaits. Goodbye.